Elizabeth!
No, Elizabeth!
No! Elizabeth, don't!
This is Left Unsupervised with Elizabeth Morales, your comedic host that's done it all. Actress, writer, director, producer, hairdresser, bartender, beauty pageant organizer, rock and roll PR expert, talent coordinator, bookkeeper, hostess, makeup artist, wife, mother, and general badass. Now listen as she interviews all of her favorite celebrities, doctors, and entrepreneurs that she's met along the way. This week, Elizabeth is left unsupervised with her guest,
Serena Poon. Dana, oh my God, we have Serena Poon here.
I am so excited. I've been geeking out all week about Serena coming in. I have so many questions for her.
She's a badass.
She is a culinary alchemist.
Yes. I cannot wait to ask her what that means.
I have been very under the weather lately and been kind of fantasizing about the person I'm going to become when I'm not sick anymore.
Is that what you do when you get sick? Do you fantasize about how healthy you're going to be once you're feeling better?
I'm going to be so fucking hot. So healthy. So healthy, so hot. I'm going to wake up every morning and do yoga on a mountain.
Oh my God. Why does that happen? Why is it when we get sick, then all of a sudden we want to be healthy, and it's like, all the things that we could have done when we were healthy, we were just like, I feel great.
Yeah, because when I feel great, you know what I want? I want a margarita. That's what I That's all I really want. Right?
Well, several.
Well, do you have anything you shouldn't be left unsupervised with when you're feeling at your best?
Yes. 2 things. Chips and fries.
So potatoes. We can't leave Elizabeth alone with a potato.
No, because I will take it any which way. Baked, fried. However, I love potatoes.
There is something about when you are feeling at your optimum, how much we want to self-sabotage and destroy it. Because I could throw down on a bag of chips if I'm feeling really good, but when I'm not feeling good, I'm like, I don't want it.
Okay, but I don't know one girl that doesn't order a salad and a side of fries. I don't know one girl.
It's so true. It's a big because I still wait tables, and very often one of the most popular orders we have at the place I work at, a quinoa veggie bowl, and it's almost always accompanied if 2 women are out together with an order of fries just for the table. Will you eat them? Will you pick? Will you pick if I get them? They're
Will
gone.
You pick? Don't ask me. Yeah, I'll pick. I'll pick it all the way down to the bottom.
I know. Well, it is very funny to watch so many people order because LA is such a health town.
Yeah.
But man, I sell more fries than anything else.
Well, it's interesting because Mike tells me, he's like, what is it with you and all your girlfriends? He's like, you guys always get these salads and then you order fries. And I'm like, I don't think it's just me and my girlfriends. I just think in general. So when we go out, we have this game now that's, are they going to order fries? So you start looking at tables. It's usually 2 women. There's never a man there included. It's not like a date night. It's a woman thing for sure. And we'll be like, they're going to order fries or they're not going to order fries. And I swear to God, 9 out of 10 times, it's the salads are coming and we're like, wait for it. And then you see the fries with just side of ranch.
Yeah. I don't know. I base so much of my love language is food, and so many of the friends that I'm close with and people that I enjoy their company, they're going to want to throw down with something a little bad. Even if we both do the song and dance of oh, I'm doing really good right now. Yeah, I'm not. No, me neither. I went to the gym. I had a juice thing. Oh no, I had put on yoga pants. And then the next thing you know, you're both balls deep in a order of fries
and a margarita.
Because you feel good. You did all the good stuff. You earned it.
Yeah, it's true. It's like I earned this. But I gotta say, I'm trying to have a little bit of a different attitude about food because, also culturally, you being Italian, me being Cuban, everything is based around food.
Yeah. It's the cornerstone of so much of
the
love language.
You
that
freaking
people
lose your virginity and there's a feast to be had. Yeah. You get your period. You're getting a feast, My niece comes in, 10 years old. I got my period, crying.
What are we eating?
Yeah. So culturally, yeah, it's almost like there's a comfort, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying now. I've briefly kind of touched on it, but honestly, I was super sick. I was freaked out.
You've been such a trooper these last couple of months and kind of sharing little spurts here and there, but you went through a lot. You went to the hospital a bunch of times.
6. the behind the scenes of what was really going on. I was like weighing what I weighed in high school. But here's the thing. I thought I always wanted to be that weight. After I had my son, I never got back to that weight. And I dreamt with that weight. I was obsessed. And I would always tell my husband, if I get to this weight, I'm going to be so happy. If I get to this. Well, I got to that weight, and it's not a good weight.
You know what? I think that's such... There's so much weight to what you just said. Like, no fucking pun intended. I really wanted to, like, genuinely say that. Oh, fuck me. I love the sentiment, the gravity of what you said, because I find that so many, especially women, but I'm sure lots of men out there, they have a number in their head, and then something like what happened to you, where you had a real genuine health scare, and that was what brought you to that weight, and realizing that it doesn't make you happy. What was going to make you happy was just being your most healthy, optimum self. I think it's such an important lesson for people that are listening, because you did achieve it, just not the way that you wanted to, and then when you got there, it wasn't what you wanted.
No, and even if I would have been healthy and getting there, I realized that wasn't a good weight for me. It was when I was in high school, but now it's not a good weight for me. You have to pick your butt or your face. I didn't want my face to look like it was melting, being so skinny.
Well, there comes a certain age where we all will start to look like bobbleheads if we're too thin, and it's not a good look. Like, I feel like I love that, like, my face has like a little bit of more like fluff, because it looks a little like fuller and younger. I feel like when I lose weight, I look 10 years older. I looked like
Skeletor.
No, you didn't.
I did too. I was like, okay, so usually I do a lot of the contouring, to kind of get that. I had to I wouldn't even want to take pictures because I was so skinny that I looked so gaunt. So,
you can't contour if you're that. It's like Spanx for your face.
Yes.
Like, you can't contour if you're that thin.
No, you need filler. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, for me, my realization, which is why I'm so excited Serena's here, it's really not about a number. And we so much fantasize and obsess over these numbers on the scale that don't mean shit, because what you really want is just to be healthy. So I achieved this weight and I was miserable. And so now I'm freaked out because I've gained all the weight that I lost. I weighed it back but I feel healthy, and I'm so glad. For me, I was like, why am I so obsessed? Years I wasted thinking about this one number. Years.
Yeah, of course, years. But what an incredible, to grant yourself amnesty from this prison that you had put yourself in for years. Yeah, because oh man, I've been there.
The boulder.
From 20 to 21, I lost almost 100 pounds, and I was obsessed with the number. I was obsessed with exactly it being 100. I got down to it, and I did not look good. It was not a good weight for me, but I did it, and now I will sometimes think about being that number again. But the only number that I think would make me happy is $1 trillion in my bank account.
Exactly.
That's the only number I would like to think about.
Exactly. I want numbers in my bank account. But this is good because so many women and men, there is such a thing as manorexia, so many men and women were so hell-bent on these stupid numbers. And at the end of the day, we know when we feel healthy, and that's really what counts.
Definitely. I think something like what Serena's doing, where she's putting so much good into the world on social media.
Yes.
She's not saying...
Educating.
She's educating, and she's educating people on the science of their body. She's educating people on their specific body, what works for them. I find, as a millennial, I've been bombarded, and I'm sure as everyone is, with constant imagery of influencers and trying to believe that people are always on this wellness journey, and all they do is drink
and they have this perfect
teas
kind of, we know they don't have a perfect life, but the image of
which is why I love Serena's social media and stuff. I'm very, very impressed by what she's been able to accomplish on her social media, where it's so educational. It is so palatable for someone like me who doesn't know a ton about health and wellness, but to see it done in such a way is really powerful and really cool.
Well, I think it really cool too is the fact that she's married all these things that give us a whole life, right? So she's married the mental health, the physical health, the nutritional part, and all of that combined. Because when you don't feel good, it's also a mental thing. Or stress, a lot of times causes back pain, and people have all these back problems, but they really don't. It's just a manifestation.
I would say most of my health issues at present are most likely stress related.
Yeah, it's a manifestation of something else that's going on in your life. So it just comes out as a sickness.
Yeah.
Or you get sick because your immune system goes down.
Absolutely. Whereas you had something that was
well, I had 2 pancreases. So I had one pancreas that was functional, and one pancreas that was in my stomach was pancreatic tissue that was really causing the pancreatitis. So
Oh my
it was
God, it's like your pancreas had an evil twin.
I ate her. She
my
must have
gosh.
been looking like a fry or a chip. Because I ate her ass and I left her pancreas for all the alcohol that I consumed.
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
God. How
Yeah,
crazy.
that was crazy. And on top of it, it doesn't really happen to women as much. It's rare and it happens more to men. So what does that tell you? I'm a
That
complicated
everything's
bitch.
harder for women. That's all we've learned.
And I'm too complicated, God damn it.
That's so crazy. Well, I'm very eager to learn from today's guest. I'm geeking out pretty hard.
And she's a chef, so I know you love cooking, girl.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Well, let's grab her and pick her brain.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This week's guest is a holistic nutritionist and celebrity chef, Serena Poon. She originally started her career as a political science student at UC Berkeley. Then her focus and devotion turned to healthy eating. After getting started working at the Playboy Mansion, Serena is building her holistic culinary health and wellness empire with degrees from UC Berkeley and Le Cordon Bleu, with clients like Jerry Bruckheimer, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and Kerry Washington. And if that wasn't enough, she's a Reiki master. I mean, this girl is showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. And in 2018, she launched Just Add Water. It is a superfood supplement, and I can't wait to learn more about it. She brought me a sample, so I can't wait to try it. So please help me welcome this badass girl boss entrepreneur, Serena Poon. Hey, Serena, welcome.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm so excited to be here. This is so fun. It's such a cool vibe in here. It's too bad the audience can't see this, but it's really cool in here, you guys.
Oh my God. Well, let me tell you, I am just exhausted from listening to all the things that you have accomplished. Girl, you are on fire. You are an inspiration. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you jumped right, from political science into health and nutrition, holistic healing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did that happen?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your kind words, because when you're in it and you're doing things, and I'm sure it's the same for you, you're not really aware of the things you've done. Sometimes it takes a second for someone to say, hey, look at these things that you've accomplished or checked off, and take a moment. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate it. Well, when it comes to that jump from being a political science student, basically, I was supposed to be pre-law. So first generation Chinese American, born here, parents immigrated over. I was definitely supposed to be, either an attorney, doctor, lawyer, astronaut, something.
Right.
Academic and, super cerebral. And during my senior year in college, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and it was stage 4.
Oh my goodness.
So, it was a blood disease, something that his grandfather had actually also passed from. So he was aware of it through his adult life and was going in for 6-month checkups, and somehow between 2 6-month checkups, he went from, okay to stage 4. So,
oh my God.
That shook our whole family, and it shook our life, and it was an instant pivot into a completely different reality. And
it's one of those turning points in life. Huge turning point.
For sure. I mean, that was my first real major turning point. I probably have had a couple since then, but that was my first one. And as my dad was going through that, we had he did chemo, radiation, but we're Chinese, so we also were doing Chinese medicine, and he was drinking the herbs and the teas.
Eastern Western medicine.
Yeah, totally
combining.
Eastern Western. And I also found myself really kind of diving in and looking at how I could provide him comfort through food, because he was really limited to what he could eat. Everything kind of made him sick, and looking at plants and herbs and, different ways we could help him holistically. So that was kind of where it sort of started. And I had always had an interest in food. We're family of foodies, and I had an interest in nutrition. So I was studying nutrition also
Right.
while I was at college just because I enjoyed it. And then this happened. So he was with us for a little over a year, and then he lost his battle to cancer.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And then 2 months after he passed, my mom was diagnosed with
Oh
cancer.
my God, Serena.
It was crazy. And, you know, they were both in their 40s at the time.
So young.
So young, right? I mean, nowadays, like the 40s is your new 20s, you know? And so then we kind of went through that with my mom, and she's still with us. And, you know, that was the pivot, basically, where I started to really look at food and plants and how we can use whole foods to really help at the minimum heal our bodies. In addition to healing, at least provide comfort, because food is love, you know? So food is not just the physical aspects of healing and nutrition, but food is comfort. Food gives us memories. Food gives us, you know,
Food is
for the soul too.
Absolutely. And it's not just a way of how to feed your body, but like smells, like food takes me to like back when my grandmother used to cook.
100%,
You know, there's
it
like
feeds your soul.
social events to me. And food also has a lot of triggers too. So it's good to have that health conscious, because I know food can trigger things in me, like certain foods. If you're stressed, there's certain foods you want, you know. And so there is this science that I want to talk to you more about. What is culinary alchemy?
So culinary alchemy is the different strategies and methods that I use to help people on their healing journey and to kind of give them an optimal life. So really, it's that magic of combining education, because when you actually understand why you do something, the science behind it, what it's doing to your body, you're much more connected to it. So you'll continue to do it. If you're just doing something and eating, if you're eating or drinking a green juice just because someone told you it was good for you, or you saw it on a magazine or a blog, it's totally different than when you understand the science behind what that green juice is doing for your body, for your skin, for your hair, for your organs. And then there's that special aspect of energy. So because I'm a Reiki master and I also do quantum healing, there's clearly an element of energy work and that sort of healing, intuitive knowledge and information that we all have within ourselves that I help you tap into, so that you're eating not just for your physical body, but you're also eating for your energetic body as well. And you're supporting each other in both ways.
This is so amazing. This is why I love California. We're so woo, but there's so much behind it. There's so much science behind
really
it.
is.
It's not just, you know, I think as Californians, we're more open to, you know, even sometimes not being able to understand why something works, but it's working.
Sure.
So I think I love all of that. So basically what you're telling me is your clients get the full effect.
Do.
They get mind, they get body, they get spirit.
Yes.
They get health.
Yes.
That's freaking amazing,
because you
Serena.
really do need all of it. And thank you. It's so great to sit with someone who really gets it and appreciates it, you know, and you see what it can do, you know. I mean, we focus so much on one thing at a time, just the exercise, you know, just the nutrition. Okay, now we've got to worry about sleep. Sleep's a big thing. You know, the WHO now says burnout is. And so, but it's all of it. And it's really a systematic balance, you know, when we stress ourselves out about getting enough sleep, about getting enough exercise. And it's really like a balance on all the, I say there's just really 3 basic pillars. And that's what we do.
Well, you know, what's interesting too is when I got really sick, really sick for like about 6 months, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. So I got tested for so many things.
Right.
It's funny that food can mess you up on so many levels that you're not even aware of.
Yes.
So for instance, I was not aware of this, you know, why I was getting sick. I just kept getting pancreatitis, going to the emergency room.
Right.
Then I started eating gluten-free because they were doing celiac and all this. Well, now I eat gluten-free.
Yes.
And now that I'm all better, I finally figured out what was going on. I started to eat gluten again.
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing, because I think sometimes when you're so used to feeling a certain way,
Sure.
and you're not running on 100, let's say you're just surviving, so you get used to it. And then when you start to feel good, you're like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. And then you go back to the old habit, like I stopped eating gluten. My hands didn't hurt because I get like pain in my hands sometimes. I'm like puffy at night. So the other day I started eating gluten again, and I was like, oh my God, my hands hurt. Then I was like, I was feeling so good and not knowing that I'm poisoning my body without even consciously knowing it.
Right.
So it's great to have somebody like you that is a master at these things, and not only just with food combinations, but spiritual. Tell me a little bit about being a Reiki master and what exactly that means and how you work with people.
A Reiki master just means I can now train and teach and, give certifications to others as well. But Reiki is basically, we're all energy, right?
Right.
And so therefore we're all connected. We all have the same abilities. And this is a true belief of mine. It just depends on where you want to put your energy and your efforts to sort of harness those abilities and skills.
Right.
So Reiki is something that basically we can all do. It's essentially channeling source energy. You're just like a conduit, basically.
Right.
And you're channeling that source energy to a specific person, place, time, whatever it is.
Can you do it area of your body also?
Absolutely. So I can do it distally. I can do it towards a certain time period, a situation, to the different parts of your body physically. Sometimes there's light touch. Sometimes there's no need for touch at all. And that's basically what it is. It's the power of source energy. And it's just directing it towards where it needs to go, where there needs to be healing. So it's been an incredibly powerful and useful tool in my practice because it really kind of helps me direct healing towards the places in a person's body, in their mind, in their energetic body, in their chakras.
Well, and that's great because we need people like you, Serena, because there's so much information out there that it's overwhelming.
Sure.
Overwhelming. It's information highway, you
Yeah.
know? So I love social media, but sometimes if you stop reading because you get scared, it's great to have somebody like you that can explain that. And not only, like, I truly believe when emotional stuff gets stuck in your body, you get sick.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
Definitely.
creates cancers and sicknesses, and it's emotion that hasn't been released. So all of this together, and it's all very scientific, but what you're doing is bringing all the elements of life that you need to survive,
Yes.
and you're marrying them all.
And to survive optimally, I mean, it's more than just surviving. It's thriving, right?
To live a great life.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. There is all this scare about, cancer and this and all these things are going to end your life in a miserable way and shorten it. I mean, I kind of look at it from the opposite. And I have lived through cancer. Both my parents was a caretaker for my grandmother. We lost her last year. I have seen and experienced and my own personal health issues as well. And what I know for a fact is that everything in life is balanced. Where there is sickness and disease, there is also hope and healing and health, right?
Right.
And so
Ooh, I love this.
When I work with a client and let's say we modify your diet or we modify your lifestyle, whether it's spiritually, energetically, physically, nutritionally, wherever you feel like you need healing.
Right.
And I feel like it's so important to empower people with that. To empower people with the knowledge that they can be a part of their own healing journey. You're not just relying on doctors or medicine or even a nutritionist
pills
or anybody.
Oh my God, the pills. It's like first time I went to the emergency room and they sent me home with like all these like painkillers without even knowing what I had. And I told my husband, I'm not taking that. I don't want to put all that in my body. They don't even know what I have.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you didn't.
Oh, it was crazy. So I want to talk to you a little bit about just add water.
Yes.
I'm so excited to try it.
I'm so excited for you to try it.
Oh my God. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Okay. Well, it's a custom blend. Obviously, it's a proprietary blend of all these superfoods and nutrients. So there's like pea protein in it because it's all vegan, organic, natural. There's about 12 grams of vegan protein in one serving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one serving is under 100 calories. It's only about 90.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I want it to be something that's not intrusive to your day. I call it a snack. People ask me all the time, is this like a meal replacement? And As a nutritionist, I have to tell you, it's under 100 calories. So no, don't use it as a meal replacement. But I know people use it all the time and they feel good. They feel satiated and they don't need anything else other than one packet of Just Add Water. But if you want to bulk it up with like a banana or some berries or whatever it is that you want, it doesn't become something that's now 500 calories, because you started with something that was 2. So, and then it's got super greens in it, so it's got wheatgrass and spirulina and barley grass and all these amazing
all the yummy
greens.
stuff for your
for your body
and skin
and hair and things that you're not going to necessarily have every single day. Like broccoli is great for you, but do you eat broccoli every single day? There's probably a very small percentage of people on the planet that eat broccoli.
Well, and how much broccoli
every
do you
single
have
day.
to really intake to
Exactly.
get the nutrients
Exactly.
that
So we have that in Just Add Water. We have some great antioxidants, like we've got obviously the berries, raspberries, and beets, and we've got adaptogens as well. We've got lucuma and maca, which are so great.
Love maca.
So it's amazing, right?
Tell
and
listeners
lucuma.
maca and lucumas are good
So
for.
maca and lucuma are both adaptogens. So, and adaptogens are basically plants and herbs that naturally sort of help our bodies balance out our adrenal system, because when our adrenals are unbalanced, we get extra cortisol. That's really what manages our stress. And when we become overstressed, we get inflamed, and that's sort of the foundation for a lot of chronic issues. And it also helps with your skin because it's excellent for wound healing. It's great for the female adrenals. It's great for sort of maintaining that youth.
Hormonal too, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
maca is very good for the female hormones.
Well, adrenals, yeah.
Oh, adrenals. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got that, and then it's got probiotics, prebiotics, and digestive enzymes in it, which is amazing because you can put all kinds of goodness into your body, but if you're not properly absorbing it, then it's kind of pointless. It just kind of goes in and comes out. And so I think the reason why people feel so amazing when they have Just Add Water is because it's designed in a way that your body is actually absorbing everything in it.
Well, and how easy is it to use?
It's so simple.
I mean, it's in a little packet. It's ready measured out for you. You just grab it, throw it in your purse, and go.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
everything
it's
that
like,
you need in a day, really.
Yeah.
And our slogan is simplify your self-care, because that's the first thing that goes for all of us. It doesn't matter if you have kids or no kids, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're working for a big company. It doesn't matter how old you are, if you're male or female. When you become overwhelmed, the first thing that we give up is our own self-care.
It's true.
Right? We shift that to the bottom of the list of priorities and we put everybody above us. But really taking care of yourself first is not selfish, is the foundation for success in every other aspect of your life, because you need to be able to be at your optimal. You need to be able to be at your best in order to give your best. So with Just Add Water, I know that with what you're putting into your body, you're getting all these nutrients. These are the best. And you've like easily checked off one thing. You've checked off one big box of self-care that you needed to do for yourself today.
And how much simpler can it be? Because let me tell you, if I have to do a lot of food prepping and, I have a busy schedule. I have a business to run. I have a 14-year-old son. I have my husband. My hands are full. I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
That's going to be perfect. And you know how many times I've skipped meals?
Yeah.
Or stopped and gotten something junky because it's easy. And by that time, I've waited so long to eat that you're
You're
like,
going to eat anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So this is really, really great and so convenient. And I cannot wait.
I can't wait. You have to tell me what you think. And it's you like chocolate, right? Because
I love chocolate.
Oh, perfect.
I'm a foodie, so. Okay, so I have a question for you. If you were on death row, what would be your last meal that you would have to have as a chef?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Actually, it's not that hard of a question. So I'm sitting here thinking, there's so many things. But you know what? I'm like a pasta junkie. So I love pasta.
Yes.
Love pasta. Like homemade fresh pasta is like nothing else. I mean, I used to, and I don't have that much free time, but when I do, and I love making it for friends and family and guests, is just I will roll out fresh pasta. I will hang it on like a drying rack basically. And it is to me something that is so decadent but nourishing and comforting. It's one of my favorite things. I can have it with sauces, and I love making sauces, or I could just do it plain with some olive oil, and it's just happiness for me.
Oh my God. I know that my girl Dana in the booth is drooling right now because she likes to cook and she's Italian and she's like, ooh. She's thinking of the gravy she's going to put on that pasta. So I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
And I'm so excited that you came in, Serena. I want you to come back. There's so many things that we really can dive into.
Oh my God, I would love to come back.
Just talk about, there's so many things that you have your hands in right now. And I really appreciate you taking the time. If you could give everybody your social media handles and where they can find you.
On Instagram and Twitter, although I'm not on Twitter as much, mostly Instagram, it's at Chef Serena Poon. So ChefSerenaPoon. And then we have Just Add Water, which is Just Add Water Inc. So it's just INC after Just Add Water. And that's the same on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I have a little TV show, which you'll have to come on.
Ooh, I want to hear about this. Wait. Let's get into that really quick. Tell me about your TV show.
So it's a TV show. I'm a host.
Okay.
And it's called Serena Loves TV, which is the name of my umbrella brand, which is, SerenaLoves.com. And so you can find the show on a bunch of different places, actually. It's at EverTalk and Focus and Connect, all online. You can also find it on Roku and Hulu and Apple and iTunes. I think those are all the places. There might be a few more, but just check Serena Loves TV. Oh, YouTube, I guess. And basically, it's a show where I really sort of dive into someone else's story to share, as like an inspiration for other people. So my story obviously comes from a personal challenge that came in my life. My big pivot were my parents. And so with each guest, I like for them to share what their personal challenges were that kind of brought them to where they are today. So I interview most people who are in the health and wellness industry, but obviously entrepreneurs, sometimes they're from different backgrounds. And we kind of dive into their story because mindset is so important,
Right.
And I want my audience to see that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, whether that challenge was health, and I have a lot to share where you can overcome those challenges or what you can take from that challenge and create something.
Right.
Or your challenge could be financial. It could be in a relationship. It can be your business. But I want people to understand that it is your neighbor, your coworker, your friends, people that you meet when you're out at the store that are overcoming these challenges and recreating their life, know?
And
so
it's great too because you're able to show them that they have access to the same thing that these celebrities.
Absolutely. You don't need to be a celebrity. You don't need like $1 million. You don't need all these things. What you need is yourself. What you need is that voice inside you, that intuition, that passion. What you need is that mindset, that sort of reminder, that you have everything that you need. And so that's really what the show is about. It's just something fun that I do.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna love it because you inspire me. And what I need is whatever you're having to keep me going. And I'm about to try it too.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to try it.
Oh my God.
I already know you're going to feel amazing.
Well, let's bring Dana in and play a little game that we like to play called 2 Tweets and a Lie.
2 tweets and a lie?
Yes.
Oh, you're going to have to tell me what are the rules, what is this about?
Now, I don't know any of these
Me neither.
answers.
So yeah, you guys play together.
Okay.
You both have your own version of an advantage because these are your tweets that I'll be reading. And Elizabeth knows my sense of humor.
God, I haven't tweeted in like a year.
Oh,
okay.
I know.
So
but
funny.
they're so great. Everybody should follow your Twitter. Your Instagram is so beautiful. These pictures of food make you. Last night I was like, I'm gonna go to a yoga class. I'm gonna eat some radishes. Like I felt so inspired. You make me want to be so healthy. So here's
That's the point.
Exactly. Amazing. So here's how this game works.
Okay.
I have combed through your Twitter account and pulled a few of my favorite tweets of yours.
Okay.
And the only catch is that 2 of these are real and 1 of them is a lie. And it's your job to figure out which is the fake tweet.
Of my own? Oh my
Of
God.
your own.
Let me tell you, you don't know how many people, we play this with everybody and nobody remembers their tweets.
No, totally will not. But we'll go with it.
Okay, so round one. Everybody ready?
Let's do it.
First tweet. In my next life, I want to come back as a watermelon radish. Hashtag so pretty. Hashtag nerd chef. Hashtag farmer's market. Hashtag Serena Loves. Hashtag organic. Second tweet. Setting intentions and daydreaming about wanderlust adventures on this beautiful hashtag new moon. Hashtag travelgram. Hashtag new moon vibes. Hashtag Serena Loves. Hashtag travel. Third. Hashtag jackfruit. Hashtag tacos because it's Tuesday. Actually, because they're yum. Hashtag vegan eats, hashtag tasty Tuesday, hashtag Serena Loves, which is the fake tweet.
I think the fake tweet is the first one.
Elizabeth?
I think so too.
That is the fake tweet.
Oh!
Because I love watermelon radishes, but I don't know if I'd want to come back as one.
That gave it away.
Okay, we are both tied with 1 point going into round two.
Okay.
Round two, first tweet. Hashtag farmer's market finds. Hashtag getting figgy with it. Hashtag I think I'm so funny. Hashtag my sister doesn't. Hashtag chef nerd. Hashtag Serena Loves. Hashtag fig season. Hashtag meatless Monday. Second tweet. My favorite flower? An avocado rose. Hashtag food art. Hashtag avo rose. Hashtag vegan eats. Third tweet, hot 100-degree weekend weather calls for cold, refreshing summer salads. Hashtag Serena Loves, hashtag eat fit, hashtag healthy chef, hashtag healthy lifestyle, hashtag organic.
Hashtag a lot. I kind of wanted to say the first one because of the figgy part. But then I would say my sister. Okay, I'm just going to go with the first one.
First one's fake. Elizabeth?
I think the second.
Elizabeth is right. The second one is fake. And
You said figgy with
You
it.
did. Man, if I made that joke, I would remember
I'm
it.
such a nerd.
I thought it was.
That tweet.
Oh, I thought it was so cute. It was a bunch of beautiful figs from the farmer's
I know.
market.
Wait a second.
I just want to take some pictures of figs so I can say getting figgy with it.
If you ever do merch, I think getting figgy with it is very cute. For
You
Oh,
know
I
what? I
like
think
it,
I
yeah.
should. And the hashtag my sister. I think I'm putting my sister doesn't. That was really the truth right there. So I'm like, there's no way she could have made that up. So, yeah, that's good.
So funny.
Okay, last round three.
Okay.
First tweet. Sunday, hashtag self-care means hashtag organic, hashtag turmeric, hashtag lattes with fresh pressed hashtag cashew milk and a dash of cinnamon, hashtag food is medicine, hashtag chef, hashtag Serena Loves.
That sounds delicious.
Second tweet. Take me back to the land of hashtag tacos and hashtag tequila and gorgeous views from the hashtag Tulum ruins, hashtag Serena Loves, hashtag Yucatan, hashtag Mexico, hashtag Travel Tuesday. Third tweet. Anyone else feeling this new moon magic? Hashtag chef life, hashtag Serena Loves, hashtag new moon, hashtag wellness.
That's a new moon tonight.
It is.
It is.
Do you have all your new moon rituals?
I have a whole bag of stuff
Yeah.
sitting out there.
nice.
Yeah.
She just came from the House of Intuition, so.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? Now that you've read all my hashtags out loud, it's going to make me rethink how I tweet.
I think you tweet great.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yes.
I'm going to say it's the third one because I remember tequila and Tulum.
Elizabeth?
First one?
She is right. That is the fake tweet. Serena wins 2 tweets and a lie of her own tweets this round. Yes. We don't have a lot of winners, so you did very well.
I know nobody ever remembers what they tweet.
May I ask a quick question?
Please.
Is kombucha good for you?
Yes, as long as, I mean, it depends on a couple of things. Now, some people have some issues with their urinary tract. And so if that's the case, then kombucha doesn't work for some people. But for the most part, like if you have a healthy gut or you have a normal gut that doesn't have certain issues, then kombucha will help because it has good raw strains of bacteria in it. So I would say yes for most people. There are some where kombucha doesn't work with them.
Because I love it. I find it gives me even more energy than coffee,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to wean myself off of caffeine.
Oh,
but I was like,
great.
oh, is this a bad
No, it's totally
thing for your
good.
body?
Just make sure it doesn't have too much sugar, because some brands will obviously, I mean, it's tart, it's sour, so it's somewhat of an acquired taste for some people. So some brands will put more sugar in it. Just make sure that when you're looking on the back of the label, it doesn't have too much sugar. And not every single flavor is low in sugar.
I like the guava.
Yeah, that's
my
a good
favorite.
one.
The Trilogy one is my favorite.
I love Trilogy. That's what I
Yeah.
have too. And they're pretty low in sugar. So
Oh,
and it's a great
I'm
one.
crushing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing so well.
You are. And they actually have one strain of bacteria that a lot of the other brands don't have. That is really good for your gut. So that's another reason why I like GT Synergy. So like you're on fire.
Oh, so there.
Yes, I am. Yes.
It's like she likes to do the snaps. One more question, so don't go anywhere. What quick little healthy snack can you give our listeners?
Because Elizabeth and I both.
I'm a grazer.
Yeah, we're grazers, and I'm also a late night snacker.
Okay.
Which is not the best, but.
I'll be honest. I work late a lot of the times that I'm writing, so I late night snack too. So, I obviously just said water, great snack, and it depends if like you're vegan, if you're not plant based. I would say that especially if you're eating late, like sometimes a little bit of protein is good. So maybe eggs. If you do eggs, because it's something that it kind of takes your body a while to burn through because it's protein and it's very, very low in fat and calories.
Okay.
I personally like to snack on vegetables, like that's not what is for everybody, but I love like hummus or guacamole with like crudité. It's sort of like my go-to. And
I love crunchy, so that's good.
Crunchy is a thing, especially if you're a grazer
is.
and if you're working, whether you're on a computer or whatever it is, like you kind of need that like crunchy, salty.
That's amazing. Well, Serena, oh my God, I have one more question for you.
Yes.
And I ask this to all my guests.
Okay.
And it's more of a fun question.
Okay.
So, if you were left unsupervised
Yeah.
and nobody could hear you
Okay.
or see you,
Okay.
what would you do or where would you be?
I would probably be on a gorgeous deserted island, naked in the sun, eating all my favorite foods that are not always skinny foods.
Yes! I love that answer!
That
Mine is too!
It's so
Yes, I
good.
get snaps!
So many people, naked is always such a big part of that answer.
Yes.
And food always tends to be a big part. So it was like
What
all
else
of
do
the
you
good
need?
stuff. Yeah.
Just be naked and eat. Serena, you're amazing. Thank you again for coming in. I know your schedule is swamped. I would love to have you back. You guys, she knows her stuff. Should look her up on Instagram. She's gorgeous on top of it all.
No, thank you so much
Beautiful
for having me.
skin. And I can't wait to try
yeah.
Just Add Water.
Yeah, please.
And I'll be talking about it on the air, too. Because
Great.
I love to try stuff and then talk about it.
Great. And reach out anytime, you guys. Reach out through Instagram. I'm always happy to answer direct messages. So thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You were so great.
Yay!
Thanks for listening to Left Unsupervised. Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Left Unsupervised Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.